All right, sports fans, Joey Sutherlin with you here live from East Kentwood High School, where it is our proud pleasure to bring you today's West Michigan relays. And now this usually this is done at one facility, but still kind of dealing with that C word. We had to split up the teams into multiple facilities. So we're going to be here and we're going to be at Hudsonville. The Hudsonville meet's going on at the same time that we are, and we're getting ready for our first event of the morning. This is technically event number 2 because the diving was event number 1 held last night at Hudsonville. I'll fill you in on that here shortly. We are getting ready for the girls' 200-yard medley relay. There will be one heat of this event, and there are seven teams in this one. And we're off. In lane number 2, we have the Forest Hills Northern and Eastern A team. In lane number 3, it is the East Grand Rapids A team. Lane number 4, it is the Byron Center A team. Lane number 5, the Rockford A team. Lane number 6, Forest Hills Central A team. And in lane number 7, the Falcons A team of East Kentwood High School. Each swimmer is swimming 100 yards of their stroke. This is the backstroke here. I'm Joey Sutherlin. My executive producer, director, and photographer is Chase Joseph, and we want to thank you for joining us. At the end of the first lap, we're in the second lap of the first leg. It appears that it is East Grand Rapids with the lead, and that is Sophie Williams as she gets ready to hand it off to Amelia Chandler. Chandler's in the water for East Grand Rapids. Next up, it is out of lane number 4, Byron Center. Forest Hills Central is in. Lane number 2, Forest Hills Northern Eastern is in. Looking still coming in. Now it's tightening up a little bit as the Byron Center breaststroker is cutting into the East Grand Rapids lead. That is Chase Campbell at the halfway mark, but it is still Amelia Chandler with about a body length and a half lead. It's getting a little closer as we're coming up to the second flip turn. We're getting ready to transition from the breaststroke into the butterfly. One turn to go here. Hitting the walls, it's still East Grand Rapids with the advantage. Byron Center is a close second. In third place, it's Rockford. The swimmer for Rockford right now is Maddie St. Charles. There's the exchange in the water now for East Grand Rapids. It's Allison Aguirre. And in for Byron Center, it's Brooklyn Bouch. The Rockford swimmer of Oliver Armsen is in the water. Getting ready for Forest Hills Northern Eastern, it is Cyan Hayes. And for the Falcons of East Kentwood, it is Hadley Robbins. Into the butterfly here, halfway through it. Still with a more than a double body length lead right now is East Grand Rapids. Coming into the back 25. Getting ready to get into the anchor swimmers. We're seeing some fast swims here in the first heat of the day. And here comes the anchors, and this is getting a lot closer, folks. It's less than a body length. East Grand Rapids into the anchor swimmer. That is Nora Murphy. For Byron Center, it's Ashley Nelson. They're going to be duking it out in the 100-yard freestyle. For the Rams coming up now, it is Ashley Lund, one of the fastest 50s in the state. But East Grand Rapids now has recaptured a body length and a half lead. They're into the final 50. Does Murphy have enough left in the tank to hold off Ashley Nelson? Now the anchors for East Kentwood, Indira Kolasic. And for Central, it is Olivia Orbeck. But coming in and capturing first place in the girls' 400-yard medley relay, it is the team of East Grand Rapids. Williams, Chandler, Allgaier, and Murphy. Congratulations to the East Grand Rapids squad. Second place was the Byron Center team of Trump, Campbell, Bausch, and Nelson. Still finishing up right now. The final two teams here. In lane number 2, finishing up, it is the Forest Hills Northern Eastern team. They hit the wall. And last but not least, it will be in lane number 7, the East Kentwood team, as Kolosik is about to hit the wall. And she does. That completes the first event of the morning. Coffee and swimming. There is nothing better in this world, unless you're one of the athletes who's already been here doing warm-up for about an hour and a half. And that was I did not catch the time, but if you do not have your Meet Mobile on, I strongly suggest that you do. I'm going to go to my Meet Mobile right now myself and be able to give you the final results. Bear with me here. All right, let's see if I can find this here for us. The next event coming up here in just a second. All right, we're getting ready for the second event. Looking for it right now. I do not see it yet. Here we go, our second event of the day. This is one of 2 heats of the girls' 200-yard breaststroke relay. It is Byron Center in lane number 2. Rockford B is in lane number 3. East Kentwood B is in 4. Forest Hills Northern Easterns B is in lane 5. And the Byron Center C relay is in lane 6. Waiting to see still if we got the results from the first event. All right, we do. And the time for that East Grand Rapids team was 4:08:12. East Grand Rapids winning the 400-yard medley relay with a time of 4:08:12. Byron Center second at 4:11:23. Rockford third, 4:17:66. Forest Hills Central was fourth at 4:22:11. Forest Hills Northern Eastern, 4:44:80, and the Falcons of East Kentwood, 4:57:45. All right, taking a look again here. Now it is coming up on the first exchange. It looks like it's going to be Rockford with the lead at the first exchange, and they are. Each swimmer will swim 50 yards of the breaststroke. That is 2 laps. Now we'll be having an award ceremony here in just a moment at the conclusion of this second heat. There are 2 heats here of the 200-yard breaststroke relay. Another exchange there. That was out of lane number 2, Byron Center, the B relay. The third leg coming up here for the Rams. Nostrand, I believe that was, who just checked into the water. In lane number 4, it was Addie Eklov for East Kentwood. Some pretty good swimming here early on. And this is not a traditional meet, folks. There are some events that you only get in the West Michigan relays here. Next exchange coming up here now for Byron Center in lane number 2. That is going into Leah Sorensen Putnam. But winning it out of lane 3 is the team of Rickard, Boncher, Nostrand, and Wolski for Rockford. We'll get the time here as quickly as I can. Wow, and for East Kentwood, the second anchor in a row for Indira Kolasic. Not sure. And about to hit the wall will be the Byron Center squad out of lane 2 as Kaspari Maddox hits the wall and completes the first heat. All right, now for our championship heat of the 200-yard breaststroke relay. It will be in lane number 1, Forest Hill Central's A team. Lane number 2, the Rams A team from Rockford. Lane number 3, the Pioneers of East Grand Rapids B relay. Lane number 4, the EGR A relay. Lane number 5, the Falcon A relay. Lane number 6, the Forest Hills Northern Eastern relay. A relay. Lane number 7, the Byron Center A relay. And lane number 8, the EGRC relay. So we will have 8 relays in this race. This is the 200-yard breaststroke relay, the championship heat. Waiting right now for the swimmers to... All right, waiting right now for the swimmers to get up. After the completion of this race, we will pause to announce the top 6 finishers in the first 2 events. The leadoff swimmers here for the respective teams in lane number 1, it is Avery Vanderlyn. In lane number 2 for Rockford, it is Devin Fisher. Lane number 3 for East Grand Rapids, it is Anna Meinels. In lane number 4 for East Grand Rapids, it is Maya Reinfinger. In lane number 5 for East Kentwood, it's Ella Camp. In lane number 6 for Forest Hills Northern Eastern, it's Jenny Kwai. In lane number 7 for Byron Center, it is Emma Worshagers. And in lane number 8 for East Grand Rapids, it is Molly Israels. All right, coming up on the first exchange, it's going to be East Grand Rapids with a commanding lead here by almost a body length and a half. Now the next exchanges are coming in. It is in lane number 1, Fossen. Lane number 2, Cook. Lane number 3, Arts. Lane number 4, it's Schultz. Lane number 5, it's Maya Wiltrout. Lane number 6, it is Wong. Lane number 7, it's Pitch. And in lane number 8, it is Addison Clark for East Grand Rapids. The EGRA relay is really opening it up right now. It is almost a 3.5 body length lead going into the next exchange. The Pioneers A relay in lane number 4 transitions into the third swimmer, Amelia Chandler. The rest of them respectively. In lane 1, it is Riley Veniclaus. In lane number 2, Elise Werner. Lane number 3, it is Haley Halia Mitchell. In lane number 4, as I said, is Chandler. Lane number 5, Alana Nadolski. Lane number 6, Lauren Carpenter. Lane number 7, it's Allison Pitchin. Lane number 8, Nora Shorley. East Grand Rapids continue to looking strong here as they're going into their anchor relay. Bing, balla, boom. Actually a little slow transition there. Better to be safe than sorry, though. The anchor swimmers in lane number 1, it is going to be Annie Doma for Forest Hill Central. Josie Gears for Rockford is in lane 2. Rodham and Gecko is in lane number 3 for East Grand Rapids. Barbara Bart is in 4. Caitlin McCormick is in lane 5. Kelsey Pattison is in lane number 6. Hannah Bombach is in lane 7, and it is Lily McIntosh in lane 8. Wow, what a finish, and congratulations to East Grand Rapids. We'll have the official times coming up, but the East Grand Rapids A team of Reifinger, Schultz, Chandler, and Bart absolutely crushed it in the 200-yard breaststroke relay. All right, we'll look for the results here in just a moment. All right, we're looking right now on Meet Mobile. Again, if you're following us both here on YouTube, I strongly suggest that you also check out if you have the app of Meet Mobile, where you can get the times instantaneously as well. I'm going to take a look at where we're at right now via the Meet Mobile. And, oops. It is, you know, it's nice to work in an environment where you really know everybody for the visiting teams and the home teams, and even get the nice text periodically from your boss, the athletic director, Mr. Blaine Brummels, who is here tonight because, of course, or this morning, because his daughter is also a member of the Falcons swim and dive team. Don't want to hose out those divers. All right, it's still listed as in progress. Let's see if we got the first heat done. And we do. Oh, there were a couple disqualifications in the first one, but we're just going to go in third place. It was Byron Center C with 246. And second place, it was East Kentwood's B with 246.29. So 1/10 of a second differential between the Byron Center and the East Kentwood team, but winning that first heat was Rockford with a time of 2:37.61. Still waiting to get the final results here. Brandon right now is going through. Waiting right now still. Waiting still to Meet Mobile's just a half a second behind here. But I will allow our public address announcer, Mr. Brandon Graff, to give you the results from this last heat. All right, not quite ready for us yet. right, folks, our next event is the event number 4, and there is only, shockingly, one heat of this, the 500-yard progressive relay. So on this one, if I remember right, it goes 75, 100. Oh, I got to remember how the order of this is. Yeah, I was overthinking this one, folks. Obviously, here in the progression, the first swimmer will swim 50 yards. The second one is 100 yards. The third is 150. And the anchor swimmer is... Chuck Bartholomew is our far trail official. He's got turns and finishes. And Sue Barfeltz is our starter and head official here today. And we're underway here with the one and only heat of the 500-yard progressive relay. It is Byron Center in lane number 2, the A-team. Rockford in lane number 3. East Grand Rapids in 4. Forest Hills Northern Eastern is in 5. East Kentwood is in lane 6. And Forest Hill Central is in lane 7. That is Martin swimming in lane 2. Bargwell is in 3. Hine is in 4. Barnes is in 5. Stroster is in 6. And Verlind is in 7. We are now transitioning into the second swimmer. Ella Peters for Byron Center in 2. Taylor Scott is in 3. Nora Murphy is in lane number 4. Anna Wychersis for Forest Hills Northern Eastern is in lane number 5. V. Gwynn is in lane number 6 for East Kentwood, and it is Nora Magers is in lane 7 for Forest Hill Central. Again, progression. This is not an event that you see in a traditional high school swim meet, but it's a fun one for the competitors and the swimmers. Getting ready for the exchange into the 150-yard swim, and it is lane 4 with a hair lead over lane 5, so that's East Grand Rapids over Forest Hills Northern Eastern. The third swimmer, though, for each of the teams, it is Lily McAvoy for Byron Center in lane number 2. Maria Prodzik is in lane number 3 for Rockford. It is Ella Gavorski is in lane number 4 for East Grand Rapids. It is Aubrey Bishop in lane number 5. Maya Wiltrout is in lane 6, and Ashley Schenk is in lane number 7 for Forest Hill Central. This is the 150-yard swim here. Coming in right now, it's still a dogfight between East Grand Rapids and Forest Hills Northern Eastern. The results for diving? Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Brandon Graff, our public address announcer, graciously sends me the results so I can go back and share them with you here. I actually have a neat little idea here. I don't have many great ideas, but this one might be good. As we're coming into the final 25 here for the third leg, as we're getting ready to transition into the anchor swimmers who got to swim the final 200 yards. It is going to be East Grand Rapids holding on to a half a body length lead, followed closely there by Forest Hills Northern Eastern. The anchor swimmers respectively are Lila Dahan in lane number 2. Campbell Quiana is in lane number 3 for Rockford. Kate Simon is in lane 4 for East Grand Rapids. Elliot McAlpine is in lane number 5 for Forest Hills Northern Eastern. It is Kaylin Wiltrout for East Kentwood in lane number 6. And Carolyn Bell for Forest Hill Central in lane number 7. East Grand Rapids still with about a body length lead going into the second 50 here of the 200, the final 200. Man, this is fun. This one is really fun. We got less than a body length lead. Let's see if Kate Simon can hold on to this one. She's actually opened it up to about I'm going to say about a 1.5 yard lead. Make that 2 body length. She's kicking it into overdrive, just like Butch taught her. I'm no question about that. Butch Brigg, Hall of Fame coach for East Grand Rapids, one of my favorites. Just a great guy. Holy cow, going away with it right now. Just pouring it on is Kate Simon. She continues to get stronger as we're in the final lap and a half here. Some of the other races, though, for second, third, and fourth are getting pretty interesting, too. This is going to be really close going into our final 50, but it is not close on who's going to win it. It is going to be East Grand Rapids as they hit the wall with a great time. And we're having the final teams hit the wall as well. Oh, we got one lap to go still. I am really, really curious to see how this one turned out. This one should be good. Looking for it right now. Waiting for the final swimmer to come in. All right. 4:44.78 was the winning time. That is 4 seconds better than their seed time. And that is, honestly, folks, a ridiculously fast time for the Progressive 500. All right, our next event. All right, we will have actually just one heat here of the girls' 400-yard IM, individual medley relay. I believe on this one, each swimmer will swim 25 yards of the 4 competitive strokes. I believe. Yeah, this is an individual medley relay, so each swimmer is going to swim the IM, 25 yards of each stroke, and then the exchange. So we will have East Kentwood is in lane number 2, Rockford is in 3, Byron Center is in 4, East Grand Rapids is in 5, and Forest Hills Northern Eastern is in lane 6. And we're off. Here we go. Starting it off, it will be Caitlin McCormick for East Kentwood in lane number 2. Bella Knoll for Rockford is in lane number 3. Ashley Nelson for Byron Center is in lane number 4. Allison Alguire is in lane number 5 for East Grand Rapids. And for Forest Hills Northern Eastern, it is Rudija Nadgada. Finishing up the backstroke, transitioning into the butterfly, because remember, in this one, it is breast, back, fly free. So the first leg is getting ready to finish their final 25 yards, getting ready for our first exchange. Coming in right now. Sorry about that, folks. My coffee went down the wrong pipes, if you will. We're into the second exchange right now. Swimming now. It is Amelia Robbins in lane number 2. Megan Unger for Rockford is in 3. Chase Campbell is in lane number 4 for Byron Center. Maya Reifinger is in lane 5 for East Grand Rapids. And in lane 6 for Forest Hills Northern Eastern, it is Haley Cook. Into the breaststroke portion of this right now. Go to the respective swimmers. All right, apparently I think we're going to have a DQ here as I see the officials having a conversation with a couple of the coaches. That usually doesn't bode well. All right. Finishing the backstroke into the breaststroke. The third leg here, I don't believe I announced this yet. On this one, it will be Alana Nadolski for East Kentwood in lane number 2. Maddie St. Charles is in lane 3 for Rockford. Brianna Trump is in lane number 4 for Byron Center. Barbara Bart is in lane 5 for East Grand Rapids, and Natalie Barnes is in 6 for Northern and Eastern. Here we go into our anchor exchange, and right now it is Rockford with the lead. But it is a dogfight right now. Let's get into those anchor swimmers. Kaylin Wiltrout for East Kentwood. Josie Gears for Rockford. Brooklyn Bausch is for Byron Center. Greta Miles is for East Grand Rapids in lane number 5, and Elliot McAlpine is in lane 6. We're at the halfway mark of the final leg right now, and I tell you what, folks, it is just a very slim lead right now for Byron Center. As Brooklyn is really picking up the pace here. Now we are into the freestyle, and she's now got a body length and a half lead. She just exploded. What a swim by Bouch, Brooklyn Bouch for Byron Center, the anchor swimmer. And a great swim as well by Greta Miles for East Grand Rapids. Finishing a third on that one was Josie Gears. In lane number 6, it is McAlpine. And 2, it is, I believe, Kaylin Wiltrout. I wanted to confirm that. And now we're going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Mr. Brandon Graff, who will have the results of both event number 4 and event number 5. Okay, folks, I actually beg your pardon. I'm going to kick it over to some music. We have a 15-minute intermission to get the time back on track, catch our breath, and kind of go from there. All right, sports fans, Joey Sutherlin back with you here. Let us kind of get you the results now for event number 4 and 5 for the top swimmers, or relays, I should say. Joey Sutherlin, along with my tag team partner, director, executive producer, and camera operator, the legendary Chase Joseph. Emin is around somewhere. He's our head timer today and the manager on duty. But starting with event number 4, in 4th place, it was the Falcons team of Strasser, Gwynn, Wiltrout, and Wiltrout, going 5:06.86. 3rd place was the Rockford team of Bargwell, Scott, Prodzik, and Quinana, I beg your pardon, Campbell. They went 5:03.83. 2nd place was Forest Hills, Eastern Northern combined. That is Barnes, Anna W., Aubrey Bishop, and Elliot McAlpine. And last but not least, in 1st place was the A relay from East Grand Rapids of Hein, Murphy, Ella G., and Kate Simon. Simon with a great swim in the anchor to win it for the Pioneers with a time of 4:49.78. All right, the 5th event was the 500-yard IM relay. And in 4th place, it was East Kentwood of McCormick, Robbins, Nadolski, and Wiltrout, going 4:39.73. 3rd place, it is Northern Eastern with Rudiger, Haley Cook, Natalie Barnes, and Elliot McAlpine. In 3rd place, it was Rockford with a time of 4:33 flat. Or I beg your pardon, 4:26.72. And that is Knoll, Unger, St. Charles, and Gears. And winning it for East Grand Rapids with a time of 4:12.15, it is Alaguire, Reinfinger, Bart, and Miles with, again, a time of 4:12.15. All right, I beg your pardon, and we're already into our next event, and that, of course, is the butterfly relay. There are, believe it or not, 2 legs of this. Each swimmer swims 50 yards. It is Byron Center, C is in lane 1, Rockford, C is in 2, East Grand Rapids, C is in 3, Byron Center, A is in 4, East Grand Rapids, B is in 5, Forest Hills Northern Eastern is B is in 6, and Byron Center, B is in 7. All right. And while we're waiting, I did want to go through the diving results from last night. Ian from Hudsonville was gracious enough to send those to me. And let me find those results here for you. And it was in 13th place, the Rockford B relay, 2:11. The Hudsonville A relay was in 12th place with 2:15. Grand Haven B was in 11th place with 2:37. Rockford C was in 10th place with 2:55. Byron Center A was in 9th place with 2:70. Granville A was in 8th place with 2:71.55. West Ottawa A was in 7th place at 2:75.10. Forest Hills Northern Eastern A was in 6th place at 2:83.65. The Forest Hill Central A was in 5th place at 3:07.45. Grand Haven A was in 4th place at 3:25.75. Jennison A was in 3rd place with 3:31.05. East Grand Rapids A was in 2nd place with 3:73.85. And in 1st place with a score of 3:90.25, it was the Rockford A relay of divers. Congratulations to the divers. That took place last night at Hudsonville. All right, back we go into the consolation finals of the 200-yard butterfly relay. The lane 5 took the heat from East Grand Rapids B relay. That was Wing and a Gecko, Lincoln Hall, and Goins. Congratulations as they won the consolation heat. And the last finish right now is the Byron Center I believe that was the Byron Center C relay, finishing it up the fly now. That'll get us into the championship heat of the 200-yard butterfly relay, and that will include East Kentwood B is in lane 1, Forest Hills Northern Eastern's A is in lane 2, Rockford's A is in lane number 3, East Grand Rapids A is in 4, Forest Hills Eastern Northern is the A relay is in 5, the Falcons A relay from East Kentwood is in lane 6, the Rockford B relay is in lane 7, and the East Kentwood C relay is in lane number 8. This one, looking at the heat or seed times, this one could be really close. The East Grand Rapids A team of Williams, Guari, Miller, and El Guire is the team to beat. Seed time to beat anyway. All right, as we aim towards the 11 o'clock hour, it is a transitional time for me. I switch from coffee into green tea. Let's see how that helps my voice, the golden pipes, if you will. Sue Barfeld's our official, starts the race, and we are underway. Leading off in lane number 1, it is Megan Moore. Lane number 2, it is Cyan Hayes for Forest Hills Northern Eastern. Oliver Harmson for Rockford is in lane 3. Sam Williams for East Grand Rapids is in 4. Kayla Kwok is in lane number 5 for Forest Hills Northern Eastern. It is Ella Strasser in lane number 6 for East Kentwood. Sylvia Rakowitz is in lane 7 for Rockford, and it's Ella Camp in lane 8 for East Kentwood. Now we're into the second leg. It is Amelia Robbins in lane 1. Aubrey Bischoff is in lane number 2. Faith Bargwell is in 3. Ella Gari is in lane number 4. Carolyn Bell is in lane number 5. Allison Lim is in lane number 6. Lauren Kinstall is in lane number 7. And Hadley Robbins is lane number 8. Looks like East Grand Rapids A with the lead out of lane 4 going into the next leg. The third leg, it's going to be Alana Nadolski in lane number 1. Ruta J.N. is in lane number 2. Gabriel Shirley is in lane number 3. Olivia Miller is in lane number 4. Olivia Orbeck is in lane number 5. Tina Nickelberry is in lane 6. Megan Unger is in lane number 7. And Catherine Langash is in lane 8. Still East Grand Rapids with the lead, getting ready to go to the anchor swimmers. In lane number 1, the anchor swimmer is going to be Caitlin McCormick. Haley Cook is in lane number 2. Ashley Lund is in lane number 3. Allison Aguirre is in lane number 4. Sydney Van Lente is in lane number 5. Kaylin Wiltrout is in lane number 6. Bella Knoll is in lane number 7. And Annie Nadolski is in lane number 8. They're on the final turn into the home stretch. It is East Grand Rapids with a body length lead. It is a dogfight for second place. It's going to be the Pioneers hitting the wall, taking the championship. Second place, it looks like it's Rockford. Close third, it will be Forest Hill Central. Then down in lane number 7, it is Rockford. And East Kentwood in 6. All right, what a nice fast swim there all around. Wow, that time for East Grand Rapids, the team of Williams, Gari, Miller, and Alguire with a time of 1:53.63, almost a second down of their seed time. All right, now we have one of the bigger relays of the day, the 800-yard freestyle relay. Each swimmer, each leg will swim 200-yard freestyle. You're going to have East Kentwood in lane number 2, Forest Hills Northern Eastern in 3. That's both. These are all A relays for the schools respectively. Lane number 4, it's East Grand Rapids. Lane number 5, it's Rockford. 6, it's Byron Center. And lane number 7, it's Forest Hill Central. All right. This one is going to be about a 10-minute here, or actually closer between 8 and 10 minutes, looking at the seed times for the schools respectively. I think we will have our next little awards announcements at the completion of this event. All right. It is going to be camp swimming for the Falcons in lane number 2. Julia Baker for the Northern Eastern Co-op in 3. From East Grand Rapids, it's Ella G is in lane number 4. Maria Prodzik is in lane number 5 for Rockford. Leela Dahan is in lane number 6 for Byron Center. And Sarah Bethel is in lane 7 for Forest Hill Central. At the flip turn. Coming up right now to the second 50. Now remember, each swimmer on this one is swimming 200 yards. So this is by no means what is affectionately known as a sprint race. This is far more entertaining. And folks, I got to tell you, if you are just joining us here, thank you for joining us and sharing some of your Saturday morning with us here on the YouTube channel for the West Michigan Relays here at East Kentwood. East Kentwood and Hudsonville are sharing the relays. We were supposed to have 7 teams, but we had 1 team missing due to illness. I'm not going to go into any further detail, but so we're 1 team short here this morning. But this is just a fun West Michigan Relays. Actually originally started as the Raider Relays. It used to be held at Grand Rapids Community College or junior college back then. Then it transitioned, into West Michigan Relays because really truthfully the GRCC pool wasn't big enough for some of these OK Red teams and some of the size of the teams that they had. So it kind of broke off. Raider Relays went for teams that otherwise wouldn't get to go to a big relay. And the West Michigan Relays started transitioning around between OK Red Conference teams to host it. So this year, again, with COVID restrictions, trying to minimize how many teams are at one pool, we decided to go max of 7 here and 7 at Hudsonville. So thank you to Ian, who was actually the original host for that one. He talked to Joey Sutherlin, the aquatics director for East Kentwood. That's the other hat I wear. And we were happy to co-host it with him. They did diving and on Friday night. And then we both have the teams here Saturday morning. I'd love to know how results are going on over at the Hudsonville site. You can probably check that out on Meet Mobile as well. So make sure that you look it up. Now, the one difference is we're not combining these because we're actually not giving awards out. It is really just a fun meet, a chance for some camaraderie, some bonding amongst the swimmers, and actually a chance to have a little fun, let the coaches see swimmers get to swim in events that they otherwise might not have a chance to swim. All right, at another flip turn here. Coming into the wall here as we get ready for our next turns. We'll have an exchange coming up here, I believe, in the next 50. Again, the novices of swimming, or if you're not familiar, 1 length or 1 wall touch is 25 yards. 1 lap is 50 yards, and 2 wall touches and 1 flip turn. 75 yards obviously is 3. 100 yards is 4 touches of the wall, 2 laps, and 200 yards is 4 laps or 8 wall touches. All right, I believe that is Anna. Anna Milnes getting ready to get into the pool for East Grand Rapids. And now the exchange for the Rams in lane number 5. That will be bringing in Olivia Orbeck. And I said, I said the Rams. I beg your pardon. That is, I was looking at the wrong event. I beg your pardon. That's Sophia Spar. Sophia Spar for Rockford, who just got in for lane 5 for Rockford. In lane number 2 for Forest Hills Northern Eastern now, it is Rachel Lebo. Coming into the wall, another couple exchanges. That was the Forest Hill Central team with the exchange there. And that would be Venaclass, Riley. All right, here they come again. About to hit the wall. Let's see how big of a lead East Grand Rapids has now. I believe it's still a lead, but to be honest with you, you get kind of confused on when the relay exchanges came. Another flip turn there for the Rams in lane number 5. It looks like our next exchange is coming up for East Grand Rapids in lane number 4. That is going to be the anchor swimmer. From Anna, we go to Greta. There's the exchange. Greta's in the pool. Who is going to be our next exchange? It looks like it'll be Rockford in lane number 5. Campbell Quignano is up next for the Rams. And then it looks like Byron Center and Forest Hills Northern Eastern will be the next ones. Northern Eastern just hit the water there. That is Aubrey Bischoff, the anchor, and lane number 2. For Byron Center in lane number 6, it's going to be Lily McAvoy. For East Kentwood in lane number 2, it's going to be Maya Wiltrout, it looks like, and it is, as she's in the water now. And finally for Forest Hill Central in lane number 7, it will be Ella Fossen. Man, the crowd's starting to get into it. This was a late arriving crowd. I'm not going to kid you, folks. The meet started at 10 a.m. At about 9:40, it seemed like there was only 20 people here. Now we're probably pushing 350 up in the crowd, so a decent turnout, late turnout. And it's just great to see these teams in the water with relative restrictions. Another flip turn here. And coming in, about to hit the wall, and taking first place will be the East Grand Rapids team of Ella, Ava, Anna, and Greta. Congratulations, ladies, as you have won event number 7, the 800-yard freestyle relay. Second place out of lane number 5 is the Rockford team of Marie, Elizabeth, Sophia, and Campbell. Taking third place, it will be the Forest Hills Northern Eastern Co-op team of Baker, Pattison, Lebo, and Bischoff. Fourth place, Byron Center. And that is DeHaan, Myers, McQueen, and McAvoy. Fifth place, it will be East Kentwood, the team of Ella Camp, Hadley Robbins, Megan Moore, and Maya Wiltrout. And finally, it will be in lane number 7, the Forest Hill Central team of Bethel, Hemsley, Venaclaus, and Fossen. I believe we will have a quick award ceremony here where I'll be allowed to turn it back over to our public address announcer, Mr. Brandon Graff. And then we will come back for the final 2 events, each with 2 heats, the 200-yard backstroke relay and finally the 400-yard freestyle relay. So our final 2 events and 2 heats of each of the 2 events coming up here in just a moment. Joey Sutherlin along with Chase Joseph here with you live at East Kentwood High School for this morning's West Michigan Relays. We'll be actually turning it over right now to Mr. Brandon Graff.
In third place, Byron Center with a time of 9:22.75. In second place, from Rockford with a time of 8:47.32. And in first, with a time of 8:25.62, East Grand Rapids. Our next event is the 200-yard backstroke relay. There are 2 heats to this event.
All right, thank you, Mr. Graff, for that information going through with the top 5 qualifiers, or excuse me, the top 5 finishers for the teams respectively. That brings us into the 200-yard backstroke relay. As you might have heard Brandon say, there are 2 heats of this one. In the first heat, it is going to consist of Byron Center B in lane number 2. East Kentwood B is in lane number 3. Byron Center A is in lane number 4. Rockford C is in lane 5. And East Kentwood C is in lane 7. There is nobody in lane 6 for this heat. This is an empty lane 6. So don't be confused when you see Chase panning across and there isn't a... Thank you, sir. And we're off in this leg. It is Shephers is swimming in lane 2 for Byron Center. It is Weldon for East Kentwood in lane number 3. Schulte for Byron Center is in 4. Percival for Rockford is in lane number 5, and Ramirez for East Kentwood is in lane number 7. That's where we're at right now. All right, getting ready for the next exchange here right now, coming into it. All right, I beg your pardon for that, folks. Coming in here, looking at the second swimmers, it is going to be Addison Deppy in lane number 2 for Byron Center. Faith Orling for East Kentwood in lane number 3. Savannah Carnes is in lane number 4. Esther Moy is in lane number 5, and Eden Duke is in lane number 7. The third swimmers for Byron Center, it's going to be Macy Schaefer, is in lane 2. Grace Solis is in lane number 3 for the Falcons. Lane number 4, Ellie Clark for Byron Center. Lane number 5, it is going to be Kaya Wolski for Rockford in lane 5, and for East Kentwood in lane 7, it's Sophia Markovic in lane 7. Getting ready for the anchor swimmers, it will be in lane number 2, Allison Pitch. In lane number 3, it'll be Indira Kolasic for East Kentwood. Gabby Pearson will be in lane number 4 for the Byron Center team. Natalie Richard will be in lane 5 for the Rockford team. And the East Kentwood team, it will have Brooklyn is in lane number 7 for the Falcons. And bingo, bango, boingo. It will be the Rockford team out of lane 5 will capture this heat. Congratulations to Percival, Moy, Wolski, and Richard for Rockford taking the first heat of the 200-yard backstroke relay. Some good swims, though. Some good swims. Yep. All right. Thank you, Chase. Camera operator Chase Joseph had a mission. We were trying to make sure we were keeping the Hall of Fame coach Butch Briggs happy. He, it's kind of the notorious joke with Dave McWaters, always needs to have a Diet Coke in his hand. So we have been only too happy to oblige. The last swimmer coming in right now for lane 7, finishing that up. A nice swim there by Brooklyn for the Falcons as she gets out of the water. 2:26.59 for the BC team out of lane 4 that won that heat. And that's going to bring us up to the championship heat of the 200-yard backstroke relay. It will be Forest Hills, Northern Eastern combined in A. East Kentwood A is in lane 2. Forest Hill Central's A is in 3. East Grand Rapids A is in 4. Rockford's A is in 5. Rockford's B is in 6. East Grand Rapids B is in lane 7. And the Pioneer C is in lane number 8. Our first swimmer for the teams respectively will be Cyan Hayes is in lane number 1. Tessa Brummels is in lane 2. Sammy DeRitter is in lane number 3. Olivia Miller is in lane number 4. Taylor Scott's in lane 5. Sylvia Rakowitz is in lane 6. Sarah Lincoln Hall is in lane 7, and Lily McIntosh is in lane 8. They are the first swimmers here of the 200-yard backstroke in the backstroke relay. And we are underway. There we go. Jumping out to a strong start. It is the Rockford squad out of lane number 5, I believe. That is Taylor Scott, as I said. She is holding on to the lead. It's about almost a body length lead as we get ready for our first exchange. It's always funny in this backstroke relay. You get to start on the blocks every time, and there's the transition. So our second swimmers for the schools respectively are Nora Havemeyer is in lane number 1. V. Gwynn is in lane 2. Ashley Schenk is in lane number 3. Caitlin Goins is in lane number 4. Devin Fisher is in lane number 5. Sophia Spar is in lane number 6. Katie Coles is in lane number 7. And Nora Shorley is in lane number 8. Our third swimmers respectively are going to be Wong is in lane number 1 for Forest Hills Northern Eastern. Nadolski is in lane number 2. Kwok is in lane number 3. It is Williams in lane number 4. Alcala is in lane number 5. Unger is in lane number 6. Putnam is in lane number 7. And Israels is in lane number 8. And we are almost up to our anchor swimmers. The anchors will consist of Petros in lane number 1. Catherine Langosh in lane number 2. Nora Magers is in lane number 3. Sophie Williams is in lane number 4. Ashley Lund for Rockford is in lane number 5. Avery Rodier is in lane number 6. Carolyn Flemon, I beg your pardon, is in lane number 7. And Denko is in lane number 8. This one's going to be close. All the way inside the flags. It's less than a half a length. And it's going to be won by Rockford by a hair. Oh, you love to see the enthusiasm. Just touching out Rockford. Just touching out East Grand Rapids. Congratulations to the team of Scott, Fisher, Alcala, and Ashley Lund. They will win the 200-yard backstroke relay just ahead of the East Grand Rapids team of Miller, Goins, Williams, and Williams. Boy, that was a fun race. One of the more actually tighter races we've had today. This is a very strong and deep East Grand Rapids team. Wow, that Rockford time was 1:54.76, dropping almost 4 1/4 seconds there. So congratulations to the Rams with a phenomenal swim. All right, and now we have our final. Oh, not our final. This is the 400-yard freestyle relay. So we have East Kentwood will be in lane number 3. East Kentwood's B is in lane number 3. Rockford's B is in lane number 4. And East Kentwood's A is in lane number 5 here, the 400 freestyle relay. We'll go through the swimmers here respectively. It is Faith Orling, Sophia Markovic, Jasmine Ramirez, and Brooklyn Boyanik for the Falcons in lane number 3. For Rockford in lane number 4, it's Madeline Portco. In the second swimmer is Olivia Cook. It will be Elizabeth Bird, and finally Elise Warner. And for East Kentwood in lane number 5, it's Ella Strasser, Grace Solis, Eden Duke, and Grace Zoko. All right, I think we've got that ironed out. After the second heat here, we'll have our last award ceremony before we get into our final 2 events of the morning. We are almost dead on time. Spot on, if you will. And we're off here with the consolation heat of the 400 freestyle relay. Each swimmer will swim 2 laps, 4 touches of the wall of the front crawl, also known as the freestyle. All right, coming up here on the first flip turn, it's going to be the Falcons team, the A team out of lane number 5 with the lead. The Rockford B team is not that far behind. Coming up on our next exchanger, it is going to be for the Falcons. After Strasser, that's into Solis. And for Rockford, that's going to be Cook. Olivia Cook is in the water now. And there's the exchange now for the Falcons B relay. That's Sophia Markovic into the water, replacing Faith Orling. And it's gotten very close in the heat right now. As we go into the second 50, it is the Rockford B team. Olivia Cook has overtaken the Falcons Solis by almost a full body length here. Another flip turn there for the East Kentwood B. Now we have our exchange into the third swimmer for Rockford. That's Elizabeth Bird. Keeps All right, folks, I am so sorry about that. We had a fire alarm go off in the middle of that heat, and we were dealing with it. Thank you to Mr. Blaine Brummels, the athletic director for East Kentwood, who is taking care of that situation for me. But it is just a nightmare. I can't even tell you, but this crowd has been wonderful. I made a quick announcement apologizing for the snafu, and people have been get me all emotional. It gives me that little pit in my gut that makes me feel wonderful that there are still some good people out there. Anyway, I digress. Into the second heat here of the 400-yard freestyle relay. We will have Byron Center's B is in lane number 1. Forest Hills Northern Eastern's A is in lane number 2. East Grand Rapids B is in 3. Rockford's A is in 4. East Grand Rapids A is in 5. Byron Center's A is in 6. East Grand Rapids C is in 7. And Forest Hills Central's A is in lane 8. The Byron Center team will consist of Bomback, Tesmer, Bowling, and McQueen. The Forest Hills Eastern Northern team is Coops, Carpenter, Lebo, and Baker. East Grand Rapids B is Gorey, Bennett, Milnes, and Ella G. In Rockford's A is Harmson, Prodswick, Knoll, and Quinara. And the East Grand Rapids A is Murphy, Hine, Milnes, and Simon. The Byron Center A in 6 is McAvoy, Dahan, Myers, and Peter. The East Grand Rapids C team is Crossley, Van Devon, Mitchell, and all right, Mr. Brummels gave me an update, and it was a little bit discouraging to hear the update, but I don't think we're going to get another alarm here today. Finishing off, I don't remember if I finished the East Grand Rapids A of Murphy, Hine, Milnes, and Simon. Byron Center's A in lane 6 is McAvoy, Dahan, Myers, and Peters. East Grand Rapids C is Crossley, Van Devon, Mitchell, and Wing. And the Forest Hills Central A in lane 8 is Hemsley, Fossen, Bethel, and DeRitter. Sammy DeRitter. Okay, I'm trying to see where we're at right now, getting into the next exchange. All right, coming into the next exchange here. Man, some of these swimmers are really looking sharp for so early in the season. It's hard to believe we're only 1 week past Labor Day. Feels like we've been swimming forever already. Oh, just a violent flip turn and a dogfight there in lane 3 and 4 respectively between East Grand Rapids and Rockford. And I believe we're coming up to our next swimmers. Coming in on this one, we will have our exchanges. And it's East Grand Rapids with the lead. The East Grand Rapids A. Now it's a dogfight between the East Grand Rapids B and the Rockford A. Rockford A has got a slight lead, but that one's going to be close. East Grand Rapids A is going away with this one. Coming in right now. Rockford opening up a little bit of a lead between their relay and the B relay for EGR. And hitting the wall once again. Inside the flags are several. And finishing it up, winning it for East Grand Rapids. It's the East Grand Rapids A team out of lane 5. Congratulations to Nora Murphy, Alyssa Hine, Greta Mounds, and Milnes, I beg your pardon, and Kate Simon. Rockford A will take second of Harmson, Prodzik, Knoll, and Quinana. And now at the completion of this race, we will turn it over once again to our dear friend, Mr. Brandon Graff, who will have announcement of the awards for the previous 2 events. Fine swims once again by all the competitors.
In 6th place from Byron Center, a time of 2:20.63. In 5th place from Forest Hills Northeastern, 2:17.2. In 4th place, Forest Hills Central, the time of 2:10.27. In 3rd place, East Kentwood, with a time of 2:09.91. In 2nd place, East Grand Rapids with a time of 1:55.13. And your top finishers, the Rockford Rams with a time of 1:54.76. Now the results for the 400-yard freestyle relay. In 6th place, East Kentwood with a time of 4:47.78. In 5th place, Forest Hills Central with a time of 4:37.3. In 4th place, Forest Hills Northern Eastern with a time of 4:15.54. In 3rd place, Byron Center with a time of 4:10.08. In 2nd place, Rockford with a time of 3:52.52. And your top finishers, East Grand Rapids with a time of 3:42.87. Our next event is the 200-yard medley relay.
All right, folks, we are now into our final 2 events, event number 10 and 11, the girls 200-yard medley relay, and then the girls 200-yard freestyle relay, sprint relay. But first, in the we'll have 2 heats of both of these last 2 events. The medley relay, the 200 yards, so each swimmer will just swim essentially 25 yards. No, I beg your pardon. This is not an individual medley relay, just a medley relay. So each swimmer will swim a 50 of each of the 4 events. So it will be, obviously in this one, it'll be back breast fly free. We have East Kentwood C is in lane number 2. East Kentwood B is in lane number 3. Forest Hills Northern Eastern B is in lane number 4. Byron Center's B is in 5. And Byron Center C is in 6. They are underway. The East Kentwood C team is Lim, Solis, Brummels, and Codfon. For the Falcons B team in lane 3, it is Weldon, Eklov, Sweet, and Zoko. In lane number 4 for Forest Hills Northern and Eastern Co-op, it is Petros, Colburn, Vandersloot, and Havemeyer. In 5 for Byron Center, it is Clark, Pitch, Carnes, and Tesmer. And in lane 6 for Byron Center, it's Pearson, Pitch, Sorensen, Putnam, and Sanderson. On to the second leg right now. I beg your pardon. On to the third leg. No, we are. I was wrong. It did not take me that long to read the names. I just have to look at my screen. I was blocked by a whole bunch of swimmers. We're just into the breaststroke. So the Butterflyers are getting ready to come in. It is the Forest Hills squad with the lead going into the fly. Breaststroke is done, and now we start the butterfly. Not a good exchange there. Coming up to the anchor swimmers. Now we're into the front crawler freestyle. Bingo, bango, boingo. Forest Hills with the lead. Second place, it's a virtual tie there between East Kentwood's B team and the Byron Center B team. And it is going to be winning the heat here out of lane number 4. It is the Northern Eastern Co-op of Forest Hills. Congratulations to Petros, Colborne, Vandersloot, and Havemeyer for winning their heat. Have not heard the time yet, but I'm guessing it wasn't slow. Still didn't hear a time as our public address announcer, but they were the winners. So we'll give them their props as we did. And now we will go into the second heat. In lane number 1, it'll be East Grand Rapids C. In lane number 2, it'll be the EGR B. In lane number 3, the Forest Hills Northern Eastern A. Lane 4, it's the Rockford A. Lane 5, it's the EGR A. Lane 6, it's the Forest Hills Central A. Lane 7, it's the East Kentwood A. And in lane number 8, it's the Byron Center A. Let's try to get through the teams respectively. It is Putnam, Schultz, Arts, and McIntosh in lane 1 for EGR. Lane 2 for EGR, it's going to be Goins, Chandler, Williams, and Mitchell. Lane number 3 for the Northern Eastern Co-op, it is Nagata, McAlpine, Barnes, and Whitchurches. In lane number 4 for Rockford, it is Scott, Gears, Shirley, and St. Charles. Lane number 5, the A team for East Grand Rapids, it's Miller, Reinfinger, Williams, and Flerman. In lane number 6 for Forest Hill Central, it's Orbeck, Dama, Van Lente, and Bell, Carolyn Bell. In lane 7, thank you, for East Kentwood, it is Catherine Langosh, Tina Nickelberry, V. Gwynn, and Megan Moore. Lane number 8 for Byron Center, their A relay, it is Schulte, Emma W., Nia Susan, and Ellie Martin. Coming up on the completion here of the backstroke. This one is going to be very close going into the second leg. It's hard to separate the really almost 5 of the relays there. It is just that close as we go into the breaststroke. The Butterflyers are up on the blocks right now as they're coming. The breaststrokers are heading in. It looks like it is a slim lead, but it is real close between lanes 3 and 4. And actually, I think lane 3 overtook them. Rockford now is in second place. Forest Hills Northern Eastern is in first as we go to the Butterflyers. But picking up steam is East Grand Rapids in lane number 5. Holy cow, this is going to be fun as we get ready to have the freestylers. The front crawlers are up on the blocks. The Butterflyers are coming back. East Grand Rapids has taken the lead. Forest Hills Northern Eastern second. Rockford is in third. As we hit the exchange, East Grand Rapids is into the front crawl with the lead. But holy cow, look at this one. We could have our best finish of the day. They're coming up on the final flip turn. To the home stretch they come. It is East Grand Rapids, but it is so close. I don't want to call this one. Maybe Forest Hills is taking them. It looks like they have. Into the wall, touching the wall. It's Forest Hills. Northern Eastern just touching out. East Grand Rapids. Rockford takes third. Forest Hills Central is fourth. The EGRB team takes fifth. Holy cow, East Kentwood gets sixth. the East Grand Rapids C team gets 7th, and in the 8th spot it will be the Byron Center team. But congratulations on that one to the Forest Hills Northern Eastern combined team of Nagata, McAlpine, Barnes, and Anna W. They took it. I did 155.48. They dropped a full second on that one. Holy guacamole, what a great swim. That was a fun race. And boy, that's going to bring us to our final event. We have 2 heats. The first heat is going to be of the sprint relay. We'll have the Byron Center C team in lane 2. The Rockford C is in 3. East Kentwood A is in 4. The Byron Center B is in 5. East Kentwood B is in 6. East Kentwood C is in 7. That's going to be Bowen, Deppie, Sheppers, and Schaefer is in lane 2. For Rockford in 3, it's going to be Richard, Moy, Boncher, and Bird. For lane 4 for Kentwood, it'll be Brummels, Nickelberry, Lim, and Sweet. In lane 5 for Byron Center, it'll be Susan, Clark, Bowling, and Schulte. In lane 6 for East Kentwood, it'll be Zoko, Weldon, Orling, and Duke. And finally for the Falcons, in lane 7, it will be Markovic, Ramirez, Codfan, and Bojanic. This is the first of 2 heats of our final event, event number 11, the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. And we're off. Again, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my executive producer, director, and camera operator, the legendary Chase Joseph. He's done a magnificent job as always. I'm Joey Sutherlin, as you can see on your screen. It is my proud pleasure to bring you the action here on the EK YouTube network. And the passion that I have for swimming and aquatic sports is I hope I am able to give you a little bit of the excitement that I feel. On the first exchange, it is the Rams team in first place, but a dogfight for second. It looks like out of lane 4, the East Kentwood A team is a close. Tina Nickelberry is absolutely crushing it on her leg. In fact, she's taken the lead temporarily, at least for East Kentwood, as we get to exchange into the third legs. It's about a body length lead. Coming up, this is known as the sprint relay because everybody's just doing a 50, a down and back, 1 lap, 2 touches of the wall. The Falcons' lead is still slim as we get ready for the anchor swimmers. Falcons' lead is about just under a body length as they go into, I believe it's going to be Sweet duking it out in lane number 3 with Bird. They're at the flip turn. Does Sweet have enough left to hold off Bird? It looks like it. She's actually opened her lead to a body length and a half. And what a swim here by Sweet. She's going to cruise into the wall, and the Falcons A is going to take the consolation heat. Second place is the Rockford C team. Third place, it is the Byron Center B relay. Then it's the Falcons B relay. Next up in lane number 2, it's going to be the Byron Center C relay. And finishing up right now in lane number 7, it will be the East Kentwood C relay. I love that they're still cheering. Nice swim all the way to the wall. Good job, ladies. Good job. Great swim. Again, congratulations on winning that heat to the Falcons A relay, which consisted of Brummels, Nickelberry, Lim, and Sweet. 1:55:54, so a drop of time on that one. But that will bring us to our final event. Well, I should say our final heat of our final event. The championship heat of the 200-yard freestyle relay of the sprint relay. We will have East Grand Rapids C is in lane number 1. East Grand Rapids B is in lane 2. East Grand Rapids A is in lane 3. Rockford A is in 4. Byron Center A is in 5. Rockford B is in 6. Forest Hills Northern Eastern A is in 7. And Forest Hills Central A is in lane 8. That will consist of lane 1 of Bennett, Clark, Coles, and Wing. Lane 2, it will be Mitchell, Braden, Lincoln Hall, and Mitchell. For East Grand Rapids in 2, Hine, Gorey, Bart, Simon in 3. Rotier, Alcala, Fisher, and Bargwell for Rockford in lane number 4. Bausch, Campbell, Nelson, and Trump is in lane 5 for Byron Center. And for Rockford in 6, it's going to be Spar. Percival, Kinstel, and Rakowitz is in lane 6 for Rockford. For Forest Hills Northern Eastern combined in 7, it is Carpenter, Quee, Baker, Coops. And in lane 8 for Forest Hills Central, it is Verlinde, Schneck, Dama, and DeRitter. We're underway. The first 50, we're at the 25-yard mark. Every one of these is going to be just a battle. The second leg is up right now. It looks like it is a slim lead right now for Byron Center. Rockford and East Grand Rapids are right behind them. But it is less than a quarter of a second differential between first to third as they're coming up on the flip turn of the second leg. Opening up the lead a little bit here is Byron Center. As we get into the exchange, it's the Byron Center in 5 with the lead. Then it's East Grand Rapids and Rockford. Bang, bang. Wow, what an explosion, though, by East Grand Rapids. They have almost tied it at the halfway mark of the third leg. At the flip turn, East Grand Rapids might have overtaken them for the lead. I'll have to see on the way back here. No, what a good big flip turn here. But it's going to be close. It's within a body length. As we're getting into the anchor swimmers, bingo, Byron Center, right behind him, East Grand Rapids, then Rockford. The anchor swimmers here duking it out. It is Simon, and it is Bargwell, and Trump. I tell you what, folks, it is coming down to the end. I think East Grand Rapids is overtaking them. They're going to hit the wall. It'll be East Grand Rapids winning it. Oh, baby, Byron Center finishes second. Rockford will take third. What a finish to the races here. And now we still got a dogfight for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. It is hard to tell who was difference between the three. Holy cow. What a great race. What a way to finish it. Some fun, great, fast swims.
In 5th place, East Kentwood with a time of 2:05:74. In 4th place, Forest Hills Central with a time of 2 minutes flat .8. In second place, Byron Center with a time of 1:42.91. And your first place finishers for the 200-yard freestyle relay, East Grand Rapids with a time of 1:41.85. That concludes our meet for the day.
All right, as you could hear Brandon Graff say, the winner of the 200-yard freestyle relay, it was the East Grand Rapids A relay with a time of 1:41.85. Alyssa Hine, Ella Gorey, Barbara Bart, and Kate Simon. What a great swim. What a way to finish the meet tonight with some wonderful times, and holy cow, has it been fun. Congratulations to the teams that were here today at East Kentwood, which consisted of Byron Center, East Grand Rapids, East Kentwood, of course, the host team, Forest Hills Central, Forest Hills Northern and Eastern, and Rockford. What a fun meet. Thank you very much, Mr. Graff, and congratulations to all the swimmers on some wonderful times. That's going to just about do it here today. We will not have a swim meet at home this coming week for East Kentwood, so it won't be until the following week that we're back on the air. But we will have on MichiganSportsRadio.com our first football game that you can hear myself and the legendary Dr. Mitt Hoffmeister with the call coming up this coming Friday as East Kentwood hosts Caledonia. That's going to just about do it here today for the West Michigan Relays at the East Kentwood site. A wonderful day here, some great swims all around, some fun times all around, and we want to thank all of you for joining us exclusively here on the EK YouTube network. For my tag team partner and executive producer, Chase Joseph, I'm Joey Sutherlin. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, God bless and have a great evening. Goodbye, everybody.